Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. My name is Matthew, and with the new season only a week away, it would seem that Newcastle's higher ups have finally woken up and realised we need some players here. This is of course after the news that's broke this morning and over the last couple of days from a couple of Twitter accounts and various outlets that Newcastle are vying for the signatures of not just one but perhaps 4 or 5 different players. Now, first and foremost, and probably most importantly, it's been reported this morning that Newcastle have bid £20 million for the services of England international and Bournemouth player Callum Wilson. Now, this is someone who have been credited with interest for the last few weeks, but it was understood that it was going to be a cash plus player deal with Matt Ritchie going back to Bournemouth and Wilson coming the other way. It's now been reported that it's just going to be a straight up cash for player purchase with Bournemouth's interest in Ritchie remaining, and we'll see how that plays out. Now, all we know at this moment in time is Newcastle have bid £20 million, but what else we do know is Aston Villa, like a sly sniping eBay user, have bid £21 million, but we will see if that scuppers the deal at all. Hopefully it won't, and it is reported that Newcastle is Wilson's preferred destination. It's been no secret since the injury of Dwight Gale and the lack of goals coming from our other forwards that we are desperate for reinforcement in the centre-forward area. And I think Callum Wilson gives us more than that. He actually gives us a first choice option. And I think he'd slot straight into the team over Joe Linton. He's a player with loads of Premier League experience, scored plenty of goals, an England international, good finisher, works hard and has the physicality to back all those things up. So hopefully we'll see him come to Newcastle, but fingers crossed nothing gets in the way of that. In other transfer news, Newcastle looks set to sign another player with ties to Bournemouth in Scotland international Ryan Fraser. Now, this is a player we've been linked with for a good few weeks, and it's been no secret that Steve Bruce has actually sat down with Ryan Fraser to discuss personal terms. But it seems over the last few days it's gained a lot more momentum with reports that personal terms actually have been agreed for the free signing of the Scotland international. Now, that has led to some of our trusty plane tracking supporters scouring the skies for the arrival of Ryan Fraser. Nothing just yet, but hopefully that's another one that we can get through the door. I believe that a winger was another thing we desperately needed. Now, Alan St-Maximin bore the brunt of our attacking threat last season, and hopefully that gives us an option on the opposite flank going forward. And again, if we bring in someone of Wilson's prowess, we need to create the chances for him, which I believe Ryan Fraser could lend a hand in doing so. The only problem with it is he hasn't kicked the ball since lockdown, with him deciding not to sign a contract extension at Bournemouth and to just wait out for his next move. So hopefully it won't take long for him to get match fit, but let's get him through the door first and see what happens. Now, in an ideal world, we make these 2 signings, and that's 2 off the list, a striker and a winger. But it's no secret that Newcastle are desperate for reinforcements in the left-back position, with Paul Dummett being the only recognised left-back at the club. And with him picking up an injury last week against Middlesbrough in pre-season, it's hardly ideal preparation for the season ahead. However, it's been reported this morning that Newcastle have had a £13.5 million bid accepted from Norwich City for the services of Jamal Lewis. Now, if this is the case, and I hope it is, I hope we can get this one done fairly quickly, get terms agreed and get the medical all done, because he's been quite a sought-after player, Jamal Lewis. He was at the interest of Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, so it'd be quite a coup, I feel, if we can bring him in. He's a young, exciting player, a lot of potential. He was one of the rare bright spots for Norwich a couple of seasons ago in a pretty dismal season which saw them relegated. So hopefully we can bring him through the door. I think he'll slot in straight away at left back. He won't be here for backup purposes. He will be there to be the first choice left back. He's not the only left back we've been linked with. Yesterday it was reported that we had a bid accepted from Sassuolo for the left back Rogério. Not heard much about him, the Brazilian left back. I'm not sure if Newcastle are going for one or the other, or trying to bring 2 left backs in. We are fairly short in that area of the pitch. But if it is one or the other, I really hope it's Jamal Lewis, just for his potential and his Premier League experience. Now, if these players were to come through the door, Lewis, Fraser, Wilson, hopefully that sets us in much better stead for next season. It paints a much better picture for the squad than what it was last week after the injury to Gale and Dubravka. I'm hoping we can get them all done, but what do you guys think? Would it make you guys feel better if we get all 3 through the door? Do you think we'll get all 3 through the door? Please let us know what you think. Comment below. Please like the video, and of course subscribe to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel.